All right, guys. Let me go ahead and get this video out. Welcome to a special episode. I was planning on doing this yesterday, but I got caught up with my neighbors, and at the time when I did actually wanted to do this, Sick Humor was streaming, so I didn't want to interfere with that. So I was like, you know what, man, screw it. I'll just do it tomorrow because I had the round table to do last night, and that didn't get done until almost like fucking after midnight. So I decided to say, you know what, man, fuck it. Let me go ahead and actually, I'll do this there fucking during the day today, which was obviously a better choice for me to do. So that's fucking awesome. So before we get into this, talk about the decade and shit. We're going to be talking about everything in the decade. I'm also going to be showing you guys some of my most favorite games that I've played over the last decade, and let me tell you, that list was almost impossible for me to come up with, but I decided to go with games that actually I had the most fun with, to games that actually impacted me in a way that actually changed my perspective on things. So I definitely, not a big list, but it's definitely big enough for to show you guys my appreciation and and that kind of stuff like that. Kind of change it up a bit, and then we're also going to fucking talk about other things as well. I'm also going to be getting you guys to let me know what games you guys loved during the decade and what games you remember, and even talking about things that transpired over the last 10 years. Things like, fucking publishers slash developers that was doing a lot of fuck up shit. The list goes on. So we're gonna have some fun today. I'm actually in a relatively good mood, so it's perfect for me to actually go ahead and make this video today. Pug, did you get my fucking message, you prick? If you did, don't actually tell me what you said or what you think or that crap of that on here, dude. So, give the actual chat a few minutes to start building up before we actually get into this. Because there's definitely a lot of games on here that a lot of you may not agree with, but some of you might actually agree with. I hear that beautiful lighter. Goddamn right, man. Goddamn right, sir. Hey, no worries there, Game IQ, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, dude, nonetheless. But really kind of like, just fully discuss everything that transpired over the last decade. I think it would give us a little opportunity to go down memory lane, even though I know a decade doesn't seem to be that long, but in actual reality terms, it's, yeah, kind of long. The last 10 years has been rather interesting, to say the least, especially when coming out of the, right at the end of last generation, going into this generation, there was definitely a lot of fuck you and, and mishaps and shit like that when it comes to certain developers. EA, I'm looking at you particularly. But yeah, we're going to discuss all that shit in this episode because I feel that that's going to be a more of an interesting approach to this instead of just like, oh, here's my favorite games and then like that's it, just make a one-time video. I want to do things a little different, man, because that's what the fuck I do. So, like I said, I'm gonna chill for a couple minutes here until I get more people in the chat. I already fucking tweeted my shit out, so yes, I'm aware of that, Pug. But I'm just making sure. I'm just wondering if you got my message that I just sent you earlier, dude. That's all I was asking, sir. No harm, no foul. But I knew that you would get a kick out of that intro, Pug, because I didn't even like a buddy. My neighbor's son yesterday fucking showed me this video. It was like a music video for some fucking rap artist or whatever. And he showed me that part, dude, and I was like, bro, I need to download that video and then just cut that part out and just plaster it on my fucking channel, man. Hello, Snow Bunny. Oh, Snow Bunny, I'm really glad that you're in here. I'm really glad that you're in here. Because I'm really looking forward to seeing what games you liked over the last decade. Because I'm going to be showing you guys some of the ones that I had the most fun with or games that had the most impact on my life. But I can tell you this right now, going through from 2010 up till this fucking, to literally freaking almost this year, but 2019 was a lot more harder than I thought. Because there are so many great games that I played, but I didn't. If I would have basically chose every game that I played over a decade, like this video would be like 10 hours long, and I'm not going to do that. So basically what I did is I narrowed it down to games that truly fucking changed my way of thinking when it comes to games, and also on top of that, games that I had the most fun with over the last decade. I think that would be a lot more easier, and my list is a lot more smaller because of that. So, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, every game that I actually did play that I could have easily put on this list that would have been or made a 10-hour video would have, it definitely was fun in its own way. But I'm using the term fun here in the sense that from its replayability to just, like how much time I put into the game just because of that fun factor. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's a lot of games on this list, but not a whole lot, but it's definitely, I wanted to make sure that I didn't bore the fuck out of you guys. So, morning bad latency, morning. But like I said, I'm just trying to get the chat a little bit more time to fucking people to pile in here before we begin, because I don't want to have to repeat myself. I really got to stop doing that. Alice, the madness returns. Jesus Christ. Hey, Snow Bunny, did you ever play the original one? Like the old school original one? That came out, I think it was like the early 2000s or some shit. That game, to this day, is still an actual beautiful looking game to this day, especially on the PC front. Like, dude, that game aged pretty well. And so that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, that visual art style, or like games that have similar art styles to that, those are the games that I can still go back and look at and appreciate that art style and be like, damn, this game still looks good to this day. Like, there's a reason why people still talk about Wind Waker on GameCube and shit. Like, go back and play the original version of Wind Waker, man, and you will not be like, oh, these graphics suck. No, the game still looks incredible. Yes, American McGee Oz, yes. Or Alice, sorry, my bad. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Because it was like more of like a horror version of Alice in Wonderland, dude, and it was brilliant. It was fucking brilliant, man. Alright, so I'll finish this smoke and then we'll start this bitch up, man. Yeah, I'll go through this list of games and then we'll talk about everything else in between that, so. Skyward Sword, man. I never got a chance to play that game on the original Wii because I ended up selling my Wii at the time when the game came out. I could have played it on my Wii U, though. But I chose not to because I'm not that big of a fan of Zelda games that have motion controls. I hate that shit. And I wasn't a fan of, like, I watched a lot of videos of people playing it, and I hated the combat in that game. Because every fight literally felt like a chess piece, you know what I mean? Like, where you had to figure out, like, how to hit them, you know what I mean? And I'm good. Now, however, though, if they do re-release Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess on the Switch, and they do allow to play the game without using motion controls, even though, yes, I'm aware that the actual Joy-Cons can use motion controls. I'm aware of that. And probably actually would make the game feel better, because I'm sure they actually made the motion controls a hell of a lot better this time around. With that said, however, though, if they do allow you so that you don't have to use motion controls, you can use analog, then when I do get my hands on the Switch, I'll definitely play it for sure. Definitely play it for sure. Oh, okay. Yo, make sure you tag me. Or just post in the roundtable chat on Twitter there, Snow Bunny Man, so that way I can make sure I hop in there and have a peek at your video. For sure, for sure. Alright, so let's get into this, man. Enough of the actual delays, enough people in here, so fuck it. Okay, so, first game, obviously, the one that's been staring at you guys for the last 10 fucking minutes, Red Dead Redemption. Now, I know a lot of people probably thought I would have chose the second one. But no, I'm not going to do that, because that seems like a cop-out answer to me. And plus, the stories are very similar. In fact, actually, very, like, play safe fucking similar. But I still prefer the first game over the second one, even though I actually thoroughly enjoyed the second one, and I know a lot of people didn't. But I mean, the first game, this was a game when it came out in, I think it was, March of 2010? I literally was bashing the shit out of this game because you gotta remember, man, like I'm not a big Rockstar fan. Never claimed to be. I respect the classics, like your Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, hell, even like the actual top-down view ones, like GTA and GTA London and shit like that. But over the years, Grand Theft Auto has turned into something that I don't really like the direction that it's going. I mean, for you guys, that's fine. For everybody else that likes Grand Theft Auto, that's fine. But Red Dead was definitely kind of like, to me, was one of those throwbacks to me where Rockstar actually started to give a shit about storytelling and whatever the case may be. Now, right from the start, when I was bashing the shit out of this game, was due to the fact that just me not being a Rockstar fan. Like, I hated Rockstar with a passion, right? That kind of shit. It's not even on my list there, Andrew, so fucking relax, son. Jesus. But anyways. But this was actually one of the fucking first times where I'm glad that I actually bashed it and then convinced myself to buy it because I pre-ordered it day and date. And I went out and picked it up and I fucking played it and I could not stop playing it. Like, legit not stop playing it. Definitely probably one of the more fun experiences I had, especially with the online. Especially playing with friends. I mean, yeah, you could definitely troll a lot of people in that game. Just go around and just fuck people up for no reason because you can. But when they slowly started adding in like update after update to the actual multiplayer, like that multiplayer was fucking something special for me, dude. Which is why I'm so pissed off at the way they treated the second one. The second game, for multiplayer standards, is fucking beyond trash. Beyond trash. Because this game didn't have any stupid ass microtransactions. It didn't have any of that garbage, man. Rockstar didn't implement that until GTA 5. And to me, which is a real fucking shame, because this game actually, they were building on something. Because remember, this is the game that came out after GTA 4. So, and this was their chance to actually bring home a multiplayer that didn't necessarily suck ass. And it didn't. Like, even the actual, competitive multiplayer fucking was actually really fucking fun. Too as well, and even a lot of the actual co-op stuff you can do within the game. It was simplistic, but it worked, and it worked extremely well. And that's why Red Dead, fucking the first game, is actually on my list, fucking for one of the games of this decade and shit like that. That's a lot of trash there, fucking Andrew. Well, except Heavy Rain. But anyways, next game, Splinter Cell Conviction. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this one, but I don't give a flippity fuck. This is probably one of the better Splinter Cell games that I played since the original, and even fucking Chaos Theory. Double Agent I don't count because Double Agent was a pile of shit. And also fucking the one that came out after Conviction, was it Blacklist, I think, or something it was called, was also a mockery. Well, not really a mockery. The gameplay was alright. But it didn't have the actual, I mean, when you don't got fucking Michael Ironside playing as fucking Sam Fisher, fuck out of my goddamn life. I'm sorry, but you're not Sam Fisher. You're wannabe Sam Fisher. Fuck you. You know what I mean? But this game, the way it was designed, so many people at the time just didn't understand it. They didn't understand why Sam was put in this environment and why he was doing the things that he was supposed to be doing. But the answer is fucking simple as shit. He no longer works for fucking Third Echelon. So he doesn't have to get scolded. He can do things and approach things however the fuck he pleases. And a lot of fans didn't really fucking, at the time, hated this game. But for whatever reason, as years went on, fucking the game grew a weird-ass fucking cult following as the years went on. But one of the best fucking Splinter Cell games I've ever fucking played, because I had so much fun using the actual term cat and mouse, where you can literally have fun and toy with the AI. And that was something that not only from my perspective gave me a lot of replay value, but at the same time, it was coming up with interesting ways to fuck with my enemies, man. And it was so fun to do that. You can get creative in this game. And it's a real shame that most people at the time fucking just didn't get it. They didn't get it. But the story was fucking phenomenal. Especially when Sam finds out about what actually happened to his daughter and shit. Like, that shit was amazing. So yes, that's why it's on my list. Mass Effect, pretty much basically the entire trilogy. But given the fact that the first game came out before 2010. But Mass Effect 2, now, here's the thing about Mass Effect. I didn't actually get into Mass Effect until pretty much basically right at the very beginning of this generation when I still had my PS3. That's when I finally sat down and actually played the entire trilogy. So I'm technically counting this anyways because I did play it within the decade. And I have to say that Mass Effect 2 being the better one out of one out of the three games itself, including Andromeda, so technically four. But yeah, when I actually got myself heavily involved with the Mass Effect series, and when I finally sat down and went through and beat all three games in pretty much basically about a week, fucking 2 was the one that stood out to me the most and spoke to me the most. Just the way everything was designed, being able to do your actual companion missions that actually were worth a fuck. It made you like these characters more. That kind of shit like that. And to me, that was a huge thing for me as to what really motivated me to keep going with Mass Effect. Because the first game was okay. But the second one to me was the one where BioWare really, really, shined. And then now BioWare turned to shit. So, fuck you, BioWare, for doing that. But either way, Mass Effect 2 to me was the highlight of the trilogy, in my opinion. I think everybody agrees with that, I think. Because that's the one that everybody seems to be talking about the most within the trilogy is 2. But yeah, definitely a grand slam for me. No, don't want to fucking do that. Alright, next up is Fallout New Vegas. I don't really even need to say too much about Fallout New Vegas. Honestly, you guys already know how much I love Obsidian. But Fallout New Vegas, to me, and I've seen a recent insurgence of videos popping out recently, I guess, to dick ride fucking Bethesda, but talking about how good Fallout 3 actually is. But I'm sorry, I think Fallout 3 is one of the worst Fallout games to ever grace the franchise, especially when it turned into the modern pile of shit that it is now. But despite that, though, Fallout New Vegas, to me, had a better storyline because it actually gave a shit for, literally everything that you did in Fallout. Yeah, the gameplay in the path and a lot of the areas that you went through didn't do anything new per se, and it probably maybe wasn't as good as a feel to a lot of people compared to 3. But fuck that noise. Regardless of that, though, Fallout New Vegas definitely to me was a massive highlight over 3. Because when I finally sat down and actually went through and forced myself to go through 3, I couldn't stand that fucking game. And I still can't stomach Fallout 3 to this day. That game is not as good as everyone makes it out to be. But I mean, then again, though, I don't expect a whole lot when it comes to modern gamers in this day and age because their preference fucking sucks ass. So, anyways, next game, Portal 2, another game that is a fucking hit. I'm not gonna say hidden gem because it's not a hidden gem because it's vastly popular, but it's a fucking crying shame that Valve is fucking incapable of counting past fucking 2. I don't understand why. I don't know why Half-Life 3 is not a thing. I don't know why Left 4 Dead 3 is not a thing. And most importantly, I still don't understand why Portal 3 is not a thing. Valve is sitting on a fucking gold mine of 3 incredible fucking IPs, and yet they will not do nothing for it. And I'm not counting that VR crap that recently got announced for fucking Half-Life. Fuck that titty shit. Give me a fucking third installment of Portal, please. Now, if you have never played Portal 1 and 2, get the fuck out of my chat. Legit. Well, I'm only kidding. But, truth be told, Portal 2 was the fucking shit. The PS3 version was the version that I bought because Valve made a deal with Sony that if you bought the PS3 version, you get the PC version for free. And at the time, my buddy that was living with me, my best friend John, he had a PC rig that was able to run it, so him and I went through the entirety of the game cooperatively. And never looked back. Never looked back. Amazing fucking game. And, no, I'm talking about from their own IPs, Beavis, you fucking incompetent prick. Moving on, next game. Saints Row the Third. This was actually the first game on the PS3 that I played that not only did I have a lot of fun, that really actually jumped the fun factor up to a whole new notch compared to the first 2 games. But this was actually the first game that I got my platinum on on the PS3 last generation. But despite that, it still is, to this day, probably one of the more fun Saints Row games that I've ever played. Because fuck the 4th one. Because that's nothing more than a carbon copy pile of shit. And this new one that's supposed to be coming out has me a little excited, but doesn't have me a whole lot excited, if that makes any sense. I'm kind of sitting on the fence with it. But either way, I really don't care. But nonetheless, Saints Row the Third was definitely a hell of a fun experience for me when I played it. And that's why it's on this list. Mortal Kombat 9. Okay, so this is a little bit of a story behind this game, to be honest. Not from the game itself, but my excitement fucking factor for this game was humongous. So, for the longest time, around the time when Midway went under, I was livid. Like, I literally fucking, like, was beyond fucking fuming, my guy. Because I had no idea that if we were ever going to see Mortal Kombat fucking ever again. A year and a half goes by, fucking, and then this rumor circulated about fucking Warner Brothers buying out some of the companies within Midway. Or certain teams, sorry, I should say. And the rumor circulated for about a good solid 6 to 8 months, and then fucking out of nowhere, I believe it was 2009? 2009's E3 or some shit. We got the reveal for the new Mortal Kombat game from a studio called NetherRealm. And I literally shit my fucking pants. No lie. That was the first time in gaming history where I literally shit my fucking pants. Because I've been a fan of Mortal Kombat since right from the very offset. And I've always been a massive fan, outside from the recent releases with 10 and fucking and 11, because I don't like the way they're actually fucking treating the games. But despite that, 9 was a huge game for me. That I went out fucking the day that it came out, I pre-ordered it and shit, went and picked up my copy, whatever the case would be. They gave me a t-shirt that was literally not even close to my size, but I still rocked it, literally, when I was playing this game. I don't give a fuck if it looked like I was rocking a fucking tank top. I didn't care. I did not give a fuck. Played this game religiously. And then pretty much basically literally after like a week and a half, if not 2 weeks after this game launched, boom, the PlayStation outage happened. That literally single-handedly killed the multiplayer for this game. Not only was the multiplayer somewhat unbalanced, actually it was beyond unbalanced, actually. But the time PlayStation came back up with its actual bullshit, fucking, yeah, nobody wanted to play the game anymore. Everybody moved on to newer shit. So I was pretty bummed up by that. But, hands down, one of my favorite Mortal Kombat games next to the originals and also fucking the 3D era with Deception and Deadly Alliance and stuff. I don't count 4 because 4 was, I don't know what the fuck they were smoking. But Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon were definitely my favorites. Well, I mean, not so much Armageddon, but definitely Deadly Alliance and Deception. But this game here rocked my fucking pinus right off when I fucking came out, dude. Awesome game. Ni no Kuni. One of the last games that I played last generation on the PS3. And one of a fucking incredible experience this game is, not only from its visual art style. I forget who made it, but the same dude that made Spirited Away, I think it was, or some shit. Definitely one of my favorite JRPGs of last generation, sitting right alongside my perfect gem, that being Apuna, but that came out before 2010, so fuck that. That's why it's not on this list. But despite that, Ni no Kuni, I need to play the second one, but I heard the second one is nowhere near as good. That's the reason why I've been kind of avoiding it, per se. But despite that, though, this game, yeah, definitely was one of the better investments that I fucking had purchased last generation, man. Fucking, I kind of wish that I was around on YouTube back then. You know, and I actually had to set up to fucking record shit, dude, because I would have loved to stream every fucking second of this game. Love this game. Diablo 3, Reaper Souls Edition. Or, fuck it, Diablo 3 itself. Now, fuck the launch of Diablo. That's infamous for, you know, everything. But eventually, when the console version came out about, 2 years later, I think it was, or some shit, I fucking fell in love with it, dude. I fell in love with it. Now, it's nowhere near as good as the fucking Diablo 2, not by a fucking grand mile, but it still brought something to the table that still made Diablo feel Diablo-ish to me, and it lived up to that. Hell, even to this day, I still play this motherfucker, even to this day. It just fucking, man, it just feels so damn good. And now with the 4th game coming out, yeah, I can't fucking wait, man. I can't fucking wait for Diablo 4 to come out, man, because Diablo is definitely one of the high kings when it comes to dungeon crawlers. If you aren't familiar with dungeon crawlers, fucking, how the hell you, like, do you not play anything? Like, if you don't know what a fucking Ninja Crawler is, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously. God damn it. But anyways, Diablo 3 was the shit. Guild Wars 2. Probably the only PC game on here that I will ever actually fucking put on this list, but either way. Guild Wars motherfucking 2. If there was any game that I would tell you guys right now straight up that actually had me beyond hyped when it came to the PC side of the world as a PC exclusive, Guild Wars 2 would definitely be that motherfucking juggernaut. Now, for those of you who don't know who Guild Wars 2 is, A, you've been living under a fucking rock, and you should be ashamed of yourself. But the first game was technically one of the first experiences I've ever had when it came to a MMO type experience. And I absolutely, even to this day, still adore the original Guild Wars. From Prophecies to fucking Nightfall to Eye of the North. And I forget what the middle one was called. What the second expansion was. It was Asian inspired. I forget what the fuck it was called. But either way, every bit of the original Guild Wars I fell in love with, man. And then when Guild Wars 2 was getting ready to come out, and I remember they had like this promotion. It was around the time when Eye of the North was coming out too as well, and they did like a crossover promotion for it. And I can tell you this right now, dude, man. Guild Wars 2, when I was going through the entirety of that game playing on my Mesmer, not only was the game fucking beautiful and spectacular to look at, but there were so many incredible moments in that game that literally just sucked me off. Like, legit. Definitely a highlight for me on the PC side, man. Have a good one there, Snow Bunny. But yeah, definitely Guild Wars 2 was an incredible experience for me. So that's why it's on this list, because it's definitely a fucking gem for sure. The Last of Us Remastered, I don't even really need to say much on this. Self-explanatory. Fucking, yeah, if you haven't played fucking The Last of Us, man, shame on you. Defiance. Another interesting game that I was actually extremely excited for, that I ended up liking the actual show more than I did the game. And it's a real shame because that show was fucking only lasted fucking, 3 seasons? Which royally pissed me off. But, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. The game didn't last that very long either, too, as well, because the economy in the game, or the community, turned it into a trade show for pretty much basically like after 6 months of the release of the game. And the game turned to shit. The community literally made the game shit. That's the reason why I quit playing it. But it was still a fun-ass game. It was like a shittier version of Borderlands. But it was fucking addicting as hell. Like, beyond addicting as fuck. And, but yeah. It definitely wasn't that bad. I mean, they brought it back out now. But I'm not falling for that shit again. Fuck that. But the main reason why, like, I really, really got into Defiance, though, was because of the TV show. Because the TV show that was on Sci-Fi was fucking brilliant, man. Fucking brilliant. Divinity Original Sin 2 and Divinity Original Sin 1, both games, masterpieces, don't have to say shit. If you're not a fan of, like, asymmetrical type kind of Western RPGs, you sadly just suck dick. Straight up. Fucking, one of the best games to come out this generation was both Divinity games. Even after years of Divinity being more of a shallow experience. Well, not really shallow, but missed opportunities. And then out of nowhere, fucking the developer comes out and creates 2 masterpieces in a row. 2 masterpieces. Which is why I'm not even fucking worried about fucking them having fucking the actual rights to make a Baldur's Gate 3, because if any company's gonna do it, it's gonna be them. So, fuck y'all. Velocity 2X. Another game that's a hidden indie gem that I am truly fucking fond of that came out this generation that I absolutely adore. If you have not played this, get the fuck out of my chat and go buy it right now. Because I will hunt you down. And I will smack you with the end of a telephone. I don't give a fuck. Go play this shit. Fucking addicting as fuck. The soundtrack is popping too as well. No Man's Sky. Don't need to say a goddamn word on it. The Forest. Same shit. Don't need to say a fucking word about it because you guys already know how much I love this game. Bloodborne. Bloodborne fucking Bloodborne. Sony, if you don't fucking announce or give fucking goddamn From Software to make a fucking sequel to this motherfucker, I'm coming down there and I'm taking a shit on your American property, because I don't give a fuck. Because not only do I not like Americans or America, but fuck you for being so fucking stupid. But I have faith, though, that Sony is definitely going to allow From Software to make a sequel, because they would be fucking blindly retarded. Then again, though, you got fucking a guy named Jim Ryan who is mildly retarded. So yes, but anyways, Bloodborne is definitely one of my top favorite games ever, period. It's definitely in my top 5 of one of the best games I ever played in fucking life. Bloodborne is the shit. This on Bloodborne, I will knock you the fuck out. Real talk. I will knock you the fuck out. God of Horse. Don't really need to say too much. This is actually the only God of War game that I actually got into that doesn't suck dick. But that's just me, of course. But masterpiece nonetheless. And shout out to Cory Borlog and his team at Santa Monica, dude. They did a fucking phenomenal job. Or Sony Monica, what the fuck it's called. I don't know what the fuck they're called. I don't give a fuck. Moving on. Dead to Right Retribution. Another gem for me. That game sucked ass. But it was fun as fuck. It was broken. Literally, it was like not an unplayable game. But it was buggy. It was fucking, it had broken mechanics. But fuck that, because I used that to my advantage, and I had one of the funnest experiences I've ever played in a video game in a long fucking time. Long fucking time. Awesome game. And lastly, of course, this sexy gem right here. Right fucking here. Never thought in a billion years I would ever see Konami, or anybody for that matter, fucking either give me another fucking Castlevania game, or better yet, in this fucking perspective, with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, to ever see an actual spiritual successor that would ever come close or to topping Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And oh my fucking titty nipples, fucking rub me fucking and suck me dry. This game lives up to even comparing to the likes of fucking Symphony of the Night. This game is a fucking masterpiece. Straight up fucking masterpiece. A game that does play it safe, but at the same time, it plays it safe in all the right fucking ways. Goddamn, I love this fucking game. Easily my favorite platinum that I've gotten this generation. And also, this game will also be fucking, because Symphony of the Night is my favorite game on the PlayStation ever made. Like, that's the only game that I'll tell you right now that is the highlight, and that literally shits on everything else. Well, not everything else, but you get the idea. Literally is like one of my favorite games ever fucking made, bro. Is Symphony of the Night. And Bloodstained will gladly fucking sit next to that game and fucking live up to exactly what I was hoping that it was going to be. And everything about it, man. That game is perfection. Perfection. But anyways, that's the last of my fucking list. That's all the games that I wanted to share with you guys, for the games that I liked the most and had the most fun with this fucking decade. Notice one thing, though? Not a single Xbox game on that list? Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck y'all, alright? Fuck y'all. Sitting there calling me fucking an Xbox and all this shit like that. Not even a single Xbox game on my fucking list. You guys are fucking... That's what I'm saying, dude. You guys don't pay attention to shit. Just when you thought you dumb fucks figured me out, man. You guys can't figure me out for shit. You guys can't even read my shit, dude. Because you guys are not on the same level as me. No offense. So yeah. Maybe. Maybe it will be. I don't know. Maybe it will be. But that don't mean shit, though. That don't mean fucking jack diddly shit. With bad gameplay. You wouldn't even know what bad gameplay is, even if it bit you in the fucking ass, Rich. If you think a game like Bloodstained has fucking bad gameplay, then it officially confirms in my mind that you are absolutely fucking mentally retarded. And I feel sorry for you. Like, deep down, feel like really beyond sorry for you. Like, I'll be praying for you in my prayers, bro. Like, if you honestly think that. No, I'm not gonna repeat myself, Beavis. And if you want to fucking go back and just rewatch the video. You fucking dyke-ass bitch. Fuck you. Just coming here and fucking tell me you weren't paying attention. If you weren't paying attention, that's a you problem, motherfucker. That's not a problem with me. If you want to see the games that I chose, go back and rewatch the fucking video, prick. Give me that shit, motherfucker. Nah. How am I sucking off fucking AA games with no value when these games have actually sold exceptionally well outside from like 3 of them? Like, come on, Rich, man. Look, I know you're just trying to get a rise out of me. I get that. But I see through your garbage bullshit antics, bro. Anything that you say towards me, man, I don't even consider it to be a fucking goddamn insult anymore. It's just sheer fucking stupidity at this point. My you problem is now a you problem. See, because Rich lives by the AAA code. And you wonder why the industry is so fucked up. Because living by that code is the reason why this industry is so fucked when it comes to fucking third parties and shit like that. People don't sit back and fucking think about that. Like, over the decade, since we're actually on the fucking topic of that, when things became mainstream, dude, that's when everything went to shit. But see, everybody wants to sit there and point fingers at something, right? When people don't even realize the biggest problem is that the reason why gaming sucks nowadays for a lot of people is because of the fact that it went mainstream. A lot of these games that you guys are playing, man, has no replay value, has no depth. Sure, some of them have great stories, absolutely. But a lot of them that you guys fucking play, you guys toot and say, oh, this game was incredible. Fucking, no, it has nothing good going for it. You guys already know my stance on Anthem. Damn it, Jemiah's not in here, so fuck him. But like yesterday, man, like people say, oh, Anthem is great, Anthem is fantastic. Is it really? It's just like, motherfuckers, man, like, because it's easier to justify something when you purchase something that is shit. And you don't want people to understand or know that you spend money on that. This is why fucking when I play games, man, I don't regret purchasing shit. Because I research every game that I fucking play. And I find stuff in the game that I absolutely fucking like. Like I said earlier, when you look at this game right here, go look at the reviews for it. Go look at every fucking person that played this game. They're going to tell you how shitty it is. They're going to tell you how fucking garbage this piece of shit is. And you know what? They're not wrong. But you know why I fucking love this game? It's because of its fucking goddamn mechanics, dude. There's so much fucking fun. And that's another thing, too, as well, that I think a lot of people are not understanding. The word fucking fun. Or their definition of fun is whatever. I can't judge people for having their own definition of fun. But their version of fun is fucking garbage. Oh, my way of fun is fucking just listening to a fucking narrative storyline, man. That kind of shit. Or enjoying stuff, man, that's not even that very good. You ever notice that every time when somebody sits there and says that this game is fucking like one of the best games they've ever played, they don't tell me why? I can tell you why. For every game that I fucking that's on this list, I will break down and tell you why I've liked every fucking one of these games. But most people that I see, fucking that I always see, whether it be on my chat or whether it be on Twitter or whatever the case may be, fucking like every time, like, oh, this game is a masterpiece. Okay, and then tell me why it is, because I'd like to agree with them. I'm not here to try to sit there and tell them that they're wrong. No, I'm trying to hear their reasonings, man. Because to me, when somebody loves something, then you absolutely love that fucking game. But you should have no problem telling me why you love that game. Some people do it though, and it's refreshing to hear that than to have people sit there and bitch and bash something that they don't even like. It's refreshing to hear that kind of shit. No, every game can have fucking people's own unique abilities of having fun there, Andrew. Every video game has that. It's a form of entertainment, is it not? So every game can be fun. People can have fun with fucking puzzle type kind of games like Tetris and shit like that, or thinking games, strategy games, RPGs. It depends on how you want your fun factor to be. Now, if you lack imagination, which I know you do, Andrew, then it's no wonder why you play the stuff that you fucking prefer to play. And why you don't want to step outside your little tiny little bubble and play anything else. I understand that. I get that, but I can respect that, though. Because as I said before, at the end of the day, gaming is not meant to be taken serious, man. That's the whole fucking point why we game. We game to have fun. That's what it's always been about, man. It's always been about the fun factor. But as years truck on, fucking definitions of stuff get fucking drastically changed to fit people's narratives and stuff like that, dude. That's what's happened over the last decade. Over the last 10 years alone, I've never heard so much bullshit in my life when it comes to video games. Like I said, from definitions being changed, fucking people trying to fucking persuade their narrative onto others and shit like that, dude. Like, what the fuck? The moment that you take video games fucking way too serious, dude, man, at that point, you've fucking lost my credibility as far as I'm concerned, dude, because you're not looking at what gaming truly is supposed to be about. Entertainment is a mind control and fucking conditioning of society. Motherfucker, dude, but that's not how I fucking treat it. And I've already had this discussion. Media does not mind control me for fucking anything. Because I can tell the difference between reality and what's not reality. And shut the fuck up, Beavis, man. I'm not having that conversation with you, dude. I'm not going there again. But the point of the matter is that over the last 10 fucking years, man, I've heard nothing but bullshit after bullshit after bullshit of people finding their ways and trying to find narratives to make themselves feel like something or feel some type of way. Then they go and they try to spread that fucking narrative to others, man. Like, try to make it into a fucking cult. It's sad. Beyond sad, man. Beyond sad. But, to entertain you there, Andrew, I will do that for you, sir. Let me go ahead and I will look at the definition of what entertainment is. Let's see what it says. Let's say what it says, bruh. Yeah. Let's say what it says, shall we? Entertainment. The action of providing or being provided with amusement or enjoyment. There you go. Yet nowhere does it state that. Nowhere in the definition does it say anything about mind control or any of that crap of that. So once again, as I said, over the last 10 years, people try to change their own definition of shit. That's what I'm talking about. Yet, I just read to you crystal fucking clarity what the definition of entertainment has always been. That's never going to change. Now, do I believe that fucking... Now, to be fair, in credit to what Andrew was saying, he's technically not wrong. It's just something that's not written in the actual definition. But yeah, there is a lot of stupid people, and I mean really dumb motherfuckers, that cannot fucking contain themselves when it comes to any form of entertainment. I mean, shit. Have you been on Twitter lately? Have you seen these retardations? Have you seen the shit that people have been saying? Ever since gaming fucking hit the mainstream and social media got widespread and fucking took over that entire shit, gaming will continue to suck. Gaming will continue to be a fucking joke. And it's half past time that a lot of you motherfuckers need to wake the fuck up. Because a lot of you guys, not you guys in the chat, but I'm saying a lot of people out there fucking are condoning to the problem. That kind of shit. And it's like, no, dude. I wish gaming never hit the mainstream audience, man. Gaming would be in a such better fucking place if it hadn't. What are you playing there, Bad Latency? There's a reason why there's a lot of people out there that hold on to nostalgia and hold on to it and respect it for what it is, man. Because, truth be told, that's how gaming should be. Maybe not from a graphical narrative standpoint, but as far as the consistency and quality of what we should be fucking technically getting. Not having to pay $60 for an investment and then having to dish out more money just to continue on with that experience. The fuck? And don't fucking give me that, oh, times change bullshit fucking narrative, dude. I'm tired of hearing that. If you actually had a fucking cell in your brain and you actually did fucking game a lot back in the day, you would understand the fucking point to what I'm trying to get across here. This is why I respect fucking a lot of indies and middle market companies, man, and why I mainly focus with them, because they aren't out here robbing me blind. Best of all, a lot of these fucking AA studio games and a lot of fucking indie games do shit better than the games that you fucking love. Because I don't have to worry about them putting microtransactions behind their fucking bullshit or giving me fucking a cold cut story that I have to pay extra money for just to complete the entirety of it. The fuck? That's why I'm not disappointed with this generation. I'm disappointed from a third-party perspective, yes, when it comes to the AAA narrative aspect of things, because that, to me, is a fucking goddamn curse and a fucking sin, as far as I'm concerned. But middle market and fucking indies, man, I have way more respect for. Way more fucking respect. Because they aren't out here trying to rob you blind. They aren't some greedy-ass company. Fuck that noise, dude. And if you guys fail to understand what I'm trying to get at, man, then you guys are part of the problem. You guys are the reasons why. You guys are not seeing the issues right in front of you. Well, you guys do, but you guys don't care. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is the first time in fucking forever where I fucking had to sit here and square off these companies because I don't like what they do to people, man. Like, I don't care if game sharing a game from EA or Ubisoft or whatever you want to call it, that's fine. But none of my personal money will ever go into any of these games. I will not buy anything from Activision. I'm not going to buy anything from EA, and nor the fuck am I going to buy anything from Ubisoft. I've already made this point specifically clear several fucking times. I've already told you why I'm not doing it. This is the first time where I actually had to fucking outright do that shit because I'm sick of these developers doing what the fuck they do to us as consumers. Why are we don't like we can't make a stance against that? Why? Is there a reason for that? Are we scared to sit there and actually fucking vote with our wallet because you might have a fear of missing out on something? Really? Oh, fuck. That FOMO aspect, dude, is a fucking cop-out, blatant bullshit fucking excuse. Because if you can't find anything else to fucking play, then yeah, it's no wonder why you keep buying into this bullshit. Like, fuck, man. It's a real shame. It's a real fucking shame, dude. It's a real fucking shame. But also, especially when it comes to a lot of the stuff that has happened over the last 10 years. I'm looking at how fucking, like... I mean, I'm glad to see a company like Capcom turn things around. Thank God. But look what happened to all these other companies that went down the fucking shit, man. Look at Konami, dude. Konami. A company that was once the fucking one of the best companies in the world to play their fucking games, man. Now look at them. Look at the crap that they released over the last decade. Fucking, really? People are satisfied with that? You're satisfied with fucking Metal Gear Solid 5? You're satisfied with fucking Contra Hard Corps? You're satisfied with Metal Gear Survive? Come on, man. Konami was fucking a god tier company back then. All these companies were. But today, it's no longer about the passion. It's about how they can find a way to make more money off of your ass. That's what these companies turn into. We treated them like fucking gold over how many generations? For them to turn around and treat us as customers, our loyal fucking fan base of these developers, and treat us like dog shit. Man, shouldn't be fucking falling for that shit, dude. I'm telling you, man. But here we are. Here we are, man. What up there, fucking Ian? Are you talking about fucking Fire Emblem there, bad latency, dude? Sorry to answer your question at such a delay, but I just got done reading your little fucking thing there. Okay, that's what I thought. And sadly, and I hate to say this, but Sony is really the only fucking company that has their first party doing shit right. Microsoft has a long way to go. I mean, a long way to go to get to that point if they ever do reach that fucking type of point. I don't hate fucking a lot of the games that Microsoft has released this gen. I mean, yeah, Halo 5 was shit, but I still played it and beat it. Quantum Break, absolutely love that game. Rise Son of Rome, dog shit. Sunset Overdrive, I like that game a lot. The game is fun for me. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I dug the shit out of it. And I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Gears 4 and Gears 5. Yeah, I had fun with this multiplayer. Therefore, I like it. I know it is there, Pug. I know it is. It's on PS Now, though. It's on PS Now. Or maybe they might be pulling it for PS Now. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Brett. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole entire point that I'm bringing up, man. It's like, it's no longer about putting passion behind these projects anymore. Like, Sony's first party studios are the only ones that are still doing that shit. Still making games that actually fucking players can feel and fucking feel some type of way when they play them, whether it be fun, whether it be emotion, whether it be whatever. And I'm sure eventually Microsoft, I'm hoping, and I'm praying that Microsoft does get around to that point, and I'm sure they eventually will, but they still have a long way to go. A long way to go before they get there, man. And I get that. I don't blame people for being fucking pissed about that. Not one bit. Not at all. Not at fucking all, dude. And like I told you guys before, man, like, I know who these companies are that they bought out. I know what these companies are capable of making because I played their shit before. How many here has played Bar Tales 4, by the way, for the record, just out of curiosity? Whether it be on PC or on PlayStation or on Xbox. Has anybody ever bothered to even fucking buy that game at all? I'm going to assume no, but I want to be surprised. But here's my problem, Dauntless, right? And while I would like to see Splinter Cell come back, look at how modern Ubisoft is. Now, take that modernization of how Ubisoft makes their games, and then there you go. That's how Splinter Cell's going to be. I don't want that shit. And I hate saying that, dude. Brett, that's the thing. It pains me to say that. But the way I see people act, yeah, I have my moments too. I'm guilty of that too as well. I'm not out of the fucking question. I have my moments. But, oh, goddamn. That pepperette came up my fucking nose. Anyways, fucking, with that, but what I'm saying is like, but it pains me to say that, dude, because I don't like fucking calling gamers fucking trash. I don't like calling gamers fucking stupid. I hate that shit. But the reason why I do, man, is because I get disgusted with the things that people fucking say and the things that people do. I mean, for fuck's sakes, just look around you. With the recent thing that's been going on right now with the whole entire spec talk, when there's no specs to even be fucking mentioned. Nothing. Like, even the designer of the Series X even came out and said, why do you guys want to know about the specs so damn early? Yeah, he's got a fucking goddamn valid point. As I said, I get it. I understand. We're moving on to a new generation. I get it. You want to see how powerful these things are. But what exactly is that going to do for you if the system comes out and it's got nothing for you to fucking take advantage of those platforms? Oh, or of those specs in general. And yet, how many times have we been fucking proven wrong that power fidelity doesn't mean fuck all? Nintendo already proves this. Time and time again. Time and time again. Is that ever going to change? No. Yes, I do like this game there, fucking Jonas. You may want to rewind the video and you'll be able to hear my explanation as to why. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, dude, it's like people that live by the AAA code, that disgusts me more than anything. I don't have problems there, fucking Jonas. That's the thing. I don't. I don't have problems at all. People will never understand or truly get why I play the games the way that I fucking play and why I like the games that I like. Look, bitch, motherfucker, I've been gaming since fucking NES came out, dude. I play everything, Jonas. You're kind of new to my channel, so you don't really know me all too well. But I literally play fucking anything and everything I can get my hands on. I was fortunate enough at an early age to be able to experience fucking all sides of gaming. From consoles to PC to Commodore. And that built me into the gamer who I am today. I'm one of those types of gamers that goes out there and finds fucking games to play. And finds little things about them that I like. Yeah, Dead to Right Retribution, to give you an example there, Jonas, yeah, the game is a steaming pile of shit. But that's not why I like it. What was the first cover shooter game? It wasn't Gears of War, I can tell you that. What the hell was that game called that came out on the PS2 there? I think it was also on the Xbox too. We talked about it just the other day. What the fuck was it called there? I brought it up there fucking like weeks ago. Killswitch is definitely one of them, though. Super Mario Bros. 3 is one of the best Mario games. Agreed, it is. It is. But dude, you can look at every generation that's been out there, dude, from the NES to pretty much basically fucking this point. You can, I can easily give you guys a list of everything. Of all the games that I fucking played, every game that I fucking loved, dude. Easily. Alright there, Jonas. If it's not Killswitch, then enlighten me then. Because it might have been a game that I never played. It might have been a game I never played. Every person that pays for Switch Online, I just want to punch them in the face and knock some sense into them. Dude, you can say that for all three systems, dude. If you wanted to. Go on, Jonas. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for your answer, dude. Enlighten me, sir. Are you deliberately taking a while to respond there, Jonas? Because are you Googling this stuff or what? Because, I mean, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. I think their pro model will. I think. And I'm not giving you an answer because it's not online. What the fuck does that even mean? If the game exists, Jonas, and you know what game it is, what the fuck does that have anything to do with online? Or is it a game that just magically appeared in your head that doesn't actually exist? When you want people to research, then yeah, using a search engine is mandatory. Shut up, Beavis. Yeah, Dollins, you can technically say the same thing about that too as well. Hey, Jonas, have you ever played Spike McFang? People yelling outside. You should. It's a great fucking game that came on the SNES, dude. Have you ever played fucking Uniracer or Stunt Race FX? You ever play those games? Or how about Lagoon? Did you ever play Lagoon? Did you ever play the game called D? Did you ever play that? Did you ever play Discworld? You ever play Broken Sword? You ever play the Spice World game, by the way? Just throwing an oddball one in there for you. Because Lord knows I have. Fuck. Not proud of that, but whatever. Like I said, the only console that I haven't really had a whole lot of time to play with, man, is the PS2. That's why I rarely talk about the PS2 fucking on my channel. I didn't even know there was a sequel to fucking that, man. And if it was only on Dreamcast, then no. I'm assuming that it is. Vector Man? Of course I fucking... Who hasn't fucking played Vector Man, dude? Really? What, Vector Man? Or Broken Sword? Broken Sword definitely wasn't. Hey, yo, Jonas, you ever play the game called Zoop? I wish that game was still around, dude. Fucking love that game. Oh, you never played Zoop? No. I wish that game was still around. That was an interesting fucking puzzle game, man. What? Yeah, that is vastly different compared to the first one. What game is that? No, I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that even a real game? If so, I'm going to look it up. But no, I've not played that, if it is real. So it's a PS1 game, so yeah, I don't think I have. No. No, I never actually played that, no. No, I never played that. It's like Dragon Ball Z 10. Oh, okay, okay. You ever play any of like the actual arcade sports titles back in the day? Like NFL Extreme or something like that? NFL Extreme 2, man. Big Head Bobby. I'll never forget that to this day. Put in Big Head Bobby, man. All the fucking players on the field got big ass heads and shit. Fucking that game was great. Classic shit, man. For $9, give it a whirl there, Pug, man. You might like it. Just remember that you're getting into a game that fucking is terrible, but the mechanics are actually fun. Hell yeah, who has Road Rash? Really? Hell yeah, dude. Road Rash 3D. Yo, they tried to bring back that shit too as well with like Road Rage and Road Redemption and shit, dude, man. But those games just fucking bombed. Ooh, remember a game there, Jonas, called Jade Cocoon that was on the PlayStation? I think they came out with a sequel for it on PS2, if I'm not mistaken, which I wasn't even aware of. There you go. That's that. There's that for the day. Dude, fuck that game. I'll never play Ride to Hell. Fuck that game. Wait for the comments there, Faye. They're coming. Watch any minute now. The fuck was that? She's not fired. Actually, if anything, I forgot to message her and tell her that was going live. I can't, because I'm streaming this off my phone. The only way that she'd be able to pop in here, man, is that if she was hosting the goddamn fucking show on her end. Which, for the record, by the way, we didn't do a fucking podcast yesterday for the Faye and Fiddle show yesterday, so we might have to do one today. We'll see. I'm feeling sexy. Sounded like a deflated balloon. I like that. I like that. I'm always exactly on time. For the most part, yeah. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Right? All right, let me see how long I'm going for. Oh, wow, a little over an hour. All right, having this smoked and I'm bailing the fuck out of here for a bit. Sup, down? Win back? Not. I don't think so. I don't think I've played that or know what the fuck that is, honestly. Look it up. All right, give me a sec. Hold on. Is that on the N64 wise? Oh, it's a Koei game. Oh, okay. I know what game it is, but I've never played it though. I never played it though. See, now was that so hard? Huh. Oh, I see they made a sequel to that. Hey, Jonas. Fucking. Oh, okay. Okay. I see that. I see that cop out answer there, Jonas. Did you Google that shit? What was I gonna say? Fucking YouTubers don't know games. Are you sure about that? Do you really want to go there? Do you really want to go there? Because I can take you places, man. You'd be like, what the fuck is that? I never heard of that before. Exactly. Well, that's fine if you played it. I don't care. That doesn't mean shit. But if you really want me to take it there... Oh, you do. They don't. Oh, okay, fair enough. Never mind. Never mind. I thought you were referring to me. And I was like, what? Really? Did you really just say that to me? What the fuck, Jonas? You got balls, bro. You got big cojones. Hey, Jonas, you ever played fucking Descent? You know they brought that shit back, right? Overlord and also a new Descent game is actually coming out later this year. Excuse me, what? Soul Reaver? Hell yeah, dude. All Legacy of Kains, man. Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2, fucking Legacy of Kain Defiance, or I think it's what it's called. That's another series that needs to make a comeback, dude. Because that was Soul Reaver, especially Soul Reaver, dude, because that was what's her name's fucking finest fucking offering right there before she went and did fucking Uncharted before she got fucking bailed out of the goddamn team. Global Gladiators? E-swap, bro. E-SWAT. Man, that game used to piss me off when I was a kid. But I played that shit so much, too, man, to the point it took me forever to beat that shit, too. But fuck that noise. I'm out of here, guys. I want to thank you all for coming out and checking out this little special edition. Give you guys my thoughts on fucking some of the games that I loved over the last 10 years. Muggsy? No, I remember Bubsy. But I want to thank you all for coming out, man. I really appreciate it. And, yeah. Your homeboy is fucking out this bitch, bro. Catch you guys on the flip side, man.